Pot's Perspective. I'm so glad you're here. As the year winds down, life tends to speed up. Travel, gatherings, events, and all seasonal chaos. For those of us with pots, this can bring new challenges. So today, we're talking about realistic, guilt-free ways to take care of yourself while still enjoying the season. So, let's jump in. So, the first thing I kind of want to say is I always usually say this in my podcast, but it's so important, so I'm going to keep continuing to say it. But to plan ahead, but also stay flexible. Don't be like, from 3 to 4 I have to do this, from 4:15 to 5:15 I have to do this, from this time to this time. That just makes it unnecessarily stressful. So kind of have like a broad plan of what you need. So like, bring your own water to events, bring your own salty snacks, bring compression gear when going out. Because I experimented, because I've been feeling pretty good. I went out without my compression socks. I put them in my bag, but I didn't wear them. And it made a huge difference. My feet were literally freezing. Also, I do want to say, try to maybe map out where you can sit or rest during events. Because me personally, I did for the spooky season, went through a walkthrough of pumpkin carvings of like different designs, and there were rest stops along the way. Instead of just ignoring the rest stops, I would sit, and there was fire, and so I would sit by the fire, get a little bit warm, relax, have some of my snacks, drink some water, and then I would get up and do it again. I feel that if I didn't do that, 1, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, and 2, it probably wouldn't have turned out well. I also want to say that leave early or arrive later, because pacing matters more than keeping up. So if there's like this big event and it's from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'm being exaggerant, but you know what I'm saying. Don't go at 12 a.m. Go like halfway through and then to the end. Or if you go early, leave at 12. You know what I mean? Like, leave halfway through, or go halfway through and leave at the end. If you feel that you can do it, go right ahead. But I know sometimes you want to do things, but you don't feel that you can do the whole thing. So I feel like doing that can help as well. I also want to talk about how hydration is non-negotiable. Colder weather makes it easier to forget drinking water because obviously you're freezing cold. Who's going to want to drink cold water, you know? But try maybe warm electrolytes, soups or broths if cold fluids are kind of hard on your system during the colder weather. Tea is also very good. And what I've been doing lately is in the mornings I've been making myself tea, but then putting boy in my drink. If you don't know what boy is, go to my podcast about things that help with pots, and you'll know what boy is. But I use boy for all of my warmer drinks. And then also, Element makes a hot chocolate with salt in it. And I think that for me personally, during the colder seasons, that kind of works for me. And also, when I know that I'm going to be very busy, I tend to set myself reminders to drink so I don't forget, because I know during these busy seasons you can forget to take care of yourself, and that's honestly the most important thing. So setting reminders can help you stay on track with even eating too, because I know sometimes with pots it's easy to forget to eat because, you know, the brain fog. And so setting reminders to eat and drink throughout this busy time of year, it will help a lot. Another thing I want to say is managing temperature changes, because with pots, you know that it could be freezing in an area and you could be dying hot, and it can be dying hot in an area and you could be freezing cold. And so I did a podcast about what to wear with pots, but I do want to mention that layering clothing to adapt to the warmer indoor spaces or the colder outdoor temperatures help. Using compression leggings or socks can help both with keeping that warmth and circulation throughout your body. I sometimes, when I do these walkthroughs for Christmas time because I celebrate Christmas, and I put my compression leggings, and then I bought myself bigger jeans so I could put the jeans over the compression leggings where it's not cutting off my circulation, but it's just keeping it warm. And I haven't been as cold doing this walkthrough because I do it every year. But that is one thing that I wouldn't recommend, even if you're not doing a Christmas walkthrough. I also want to talk about social events and energy budgeting. Give yourself permission to say no and have rest days that are productive too. I have been especially taking that up this week because I usually work and go to college and stuff, but I recently have been off on Mondays and having no work, no nothing, and I have been taking that to relax. Like I do henna for myself, so I did henna, and then I made some bracelets. I colored, watched a Thanksgiving movie, and it was honestly relaxing, and I loved that day. I love that day. I also wanted to talk about using the spoon theory. Save energy for things that bring you joy. I bet you're probably like, what the heck is spoon theory? So what spoon theory is a metaphor usually used for people with chronic illnesses, disabilities, or mental health conditions to explain their limited energy, which is represented by a finite number of spoons. And so how it works is the initial spoons, a person starts the day with a set of number of spoons representing their total energy. This number can vary from day to day due to symptoms, so it's not a fixed amount. Every task, from getting out of bed to making dinner, requires a certain number of spoons. For example, showering might cost 1 spoon, while a doctor's appointment could cost 3. And to avoid running out of spoons, an individual must consciously choose and prioritize tasks, a process known as self-pacing. I talk about that a lot. So if a person uses more spoons than they have, they may have to borrow from the next day, leading to increased pain or fatigue, and reduce the number of spoons for the following day. You might ask, why is this helpful for people with a condition like POTS? Well, POTS can cause a significant fatigue, which can be difficult for others to understand. So the spoon theory provides a simple way to visualize and explain why someone may be unable to do simple activities or why they might have to cancel plans. It also helps aid in self-advocacy because it gives people a tool to communicate their limitations to friends, family, and even doctors. It also promotes better planning. It encourages careful planning and helps individuals make conscious decisions about how people use their limited energy to balance necessary tasks while enjoying activities. And you may ask, how did you find this out? Well, I did a couple of research things online, and I found this website, Awareness for POTSies, and I was reading through that. And I was also looking on Wikipedia. I usually don't use Wikipedia, but I was just browsing through, and the main one that I really used was Awareness for POTSies. So if you want to read more into it, you can look that up on Google or anything. I also wanted to say traveling tips. Hydrate before and during travel. Walk or stretch every hour if possible, and if flying, request a pre-boarding or assistance. There's no shame in it, because I know, specifically me sometimes, I find it hard to walk onto a plane or anywhere with a big group of people because I just get so unbalanced for some reason. I don't know why. Could be the equilibrium. Who knows? But I think that pre-boarding or having assistance can help. Also, I want to give you a reminder that The season can be overwhelming for anyone, but living with POTS means you're already doing double the work just to function. So, celebrate the small wins, showing up, listen to your body, and take care of yourself is success. Thanks for listening to today's episode of The POTS Perspective. Remember, rest isn't laziness and your energy is valuable. However you spend the session, I hope you do it with kindness towards yourself. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who might need the reminder. I'll talk to you next time.